The temperature actually seems to be falling back in the air roast mode. It's here! I'm so excited, finally. Alright, so this is the new oven. This is the old one. The new one doesn't have the mesh cover on the convection fan, whereas the old one does. So they only sent the basic oven as a replacement. There isn't even a crumb tray. So let me move those over. I don't know why the crumb tray is getting stuck. You see how easily that just slides in and there is no squeaky noise. Let me try the actual oven racks, keeping fingers crossed. It seems to be fitting tight. Okay. But if I can kind of shove it in. Okay, what about the air fryer basket? Okay, I need to contact Ninja with that. Okay then. Almost feels like it's narrower in the back than it is in the front. Okay, let's just proceed with the temperature test because that's what we want to check today. So I went ahead and purchased a second thermometer, and to make sure that they ran similarly, I put them both in my old oven and ran it for a good 20 minutes at 450 degrees. As expected, the temperature needles didn't move much after the first 10 minutes. They were stuck under the 400 degree mark, but they both moved the same. After letting the old Ninja cool off, I started the comparison with the reheat function on 200 degrees for 5 minutes. I was actually skeptical about the 5 minutes, but I was promised by the customer service agent at Ninja that the new oven should reach 450 degrees in at the most 20 minutes. So I wanted to see what they can do in 5 minutes. And I was very pleasantly surprised that not just that both the ovens actually reached 200 degrees, the new Ninja actually overshot it by a little bit. Then I moved it up to the pizza function for 400 degrees for 15 minutes. I thought that they should easily be able to reach 400 in 15 minutes if they could reach 200 in 5. However, they didn't. Both the ovens were stuck around 350 degrees. So I added 4 more minutes to the time and the needle still didn't move. So I just gave up and decided that that was probably the maximum temperature that the ovens were going to reach on the pizza function set at 400 degrees. Then to maintain the veracity of the experiment, I switched the 2 thermometers around and moved on to testing the bagel mode after a little break. I set it for 2 bagels and level 4. Towards the end of the 4 minutes, the new Ninja was almost exactly at 400 degrees and the old one was at about 390, but the temperatures in both the ovens continued rising while I was setting up for the toast test, which I had set for 9 slices and level 7 of browning. Right from the very beginning, both the oven temperatures were very close to 450 and my old Ninja had broken the 400 degree barrier I had seen so far. But the real kicker was that on the high broil, both ovens actually crossed the 450 degrees and were almost at 475. That was completely unexpected. I don't know if it was because I had been running these ovens for over an hour and a half by this time, or was it because the Ninja is only designed to go up to these temperatures in the bagel, toast, and broiler mode? The answer might lie in something that our friend Kevin from Canada had shared in the comments. He did some investigation on his own, and after talking to many tech people at SharkNinja, both in Canada and in US, he found out that though 450 degrees was Ninja's advertised temperature, internally it was only set to go up to 425 degrees in most modes, except for air roast, broil, whole roast, and something else that he couldn't remember. And the newer versions of the oven, which don't have the splatter shield in the back, don't have this issue. So far we have seen that that is true for the toast and the broil mode. So after letting the ovens cool off a bit, I skipped over the dehydrate mode and tested the bake mode. And with that, again, the new oven stagnated at 400 degrees while the old one stagnated at about 390 after the first 10 minutes. Even though I continued running the ovens for another 10 minutes, I didn't see any temperature change. But when I immediately switched to the air fry mode, both ovens shot up to about 425 degrees within the first 5 minutes. And after that, the new Ninja hovered between 420 to 450 degrees, while the old one hovered between 410 and 425 degrees, which was not bad at all. Again, I'm thinking that my old oven was able to get to the higher temperature this time because I was basically keeping it running for a long time. I didn't even bother going all the way to the end of the air fry mode. I just canceled it and started the air roast mode again at 450 degrees, and I noticed something even more unusual here. Basically, the temperatures in both the ovens fell back from what they had risen to in the air fry mode to about 410 degrees in the old Ninja and about 425 in the new Ninja. And with that, Kevin's point was kind of proven that even though the Ninja was letting us set the 450 degrees, internally not all the modes allowed that temperature. At this point, I was kind of forced to take a break as I ran out of memory on my SD card and I had to transfer the files to my computer to make space. But after the break, I started testing the very last mode, which was the whole roast mode at 450 degrees again. And even though I started from almost cool ovens, both the ovens crossed 400 degrees in just over 10 minutes, which was amazing. The new Ninja reached about 440 degrees maximum and the old Ninja reached about 425 degrees maximum, and then they stayed at that. So what did I learn from this? Basically, I did not have a faulty device, but actually I had a device that was sold to me with unclear specifications, or actually misleading specifications. The new ovens without the back mesh cover indeed have higher temperature presets than the older ones, but even with that, only the bagel, broil, toast, air fry, and air roast modes are designed to even cross the 400 degrees. The broil mode gets really hot. It actually reached 475 degrees in my test, so I might be able to preheat my oven with the broil mode for baking my breads, which is a very good news. The bake mode is definitely limited to 400 degrees maximum in both the ovens, and it would have been very helpful to have this information so that I did not waste so much time trying to bake my breads in the bake mode. The older oven racks and specifically the crumb tray do not fit in the newer devices. In fact, the new crumb tray looks very different from the one that I got with my old one. You know, these little bumps that you see, they're not present in the new crumb tray. Ninja is sending me the replacement, so I have no complaints about that, except that, you know, I still can't use the new oven. And finally, as much as I didn't want to, if I or any of you have to use the Ninja XL Pro air ovens, then they have to be used with oven thermometers and meat thermometers. Okay, you cannot skip those, and you cannot just trust what the display says. Given that these were more modern devices than my old dingy oven, I thought that these would be more accurate in their displays, but they just aren't. But I will say that these devices are definitely much better built and definitely built to last longer than the Instant Omni Plus. But in the end, I have some complaints against SharkNinja. Okay, you guys should declare the highest temperature that the oven is capable in each of the modes. In fact, you shouldn't even allow us to set a 450 degree Fahrenheit temperature if internally you are going to limit it to 400 degrees, right? Because it is misleading. If I knew in advance that the oven doesn't go above 400 degrees in the bake mode, I would not have purchased it specifically for baking my sourdough breads, which have to have really high temperatures. So companies need to have that kind of transparency with the consumers so that the consumer can figure out the best devices for them and the best use for the devices that we have. And maybe in the future models, please provide an oven light that can be turned on when the oven is off, because as you might have seen, my oven is filthy inside and I can only see it in my kitchen if I record a video or if I hold a torchlight up to it. Okay. So that's all I have for you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you have experienced this problem, try testing all your temperatures in all the modes and you might be able to figure out kind of a hack to use the Ninja oven that you have. All right. I hope this video was helpful. If it is, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And next, I'm really excited about sharing some vintage cookie presses, and we are going to bake those cookies in either this oven or another air fryer oven that I have sitting around in the garage. Okay, I hope you are interested. So stay subscribed, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!